cannot handle real work, reality talk, 80+ language, simply skip the video.
Vlog number 48, and I had, I think, 3 meetings so far. Very grateful for the positive input, and probably you watching this, thank you. You know, no matter how self-made people think they are, you always need other people. If it's not about the financial part, if it's not about the mental support, but also sometimes, and I really love to have that kind of meeting, people who not only have the experience but also have very good intentions to the people around them, not only towards me, because, and that is more or less ass licking, I really always love people who are genuinely interested in other people, you know. And my standards are pretty high when it's about, you know, when people say that, I'm stressing this thing, and when they say that they're genuinely interested in other people, you can see it, you can feel it, and you will understand when something is real and when something is totally fake because they simply want something from you, like licking your ass or whatever. But the thing is, thank you. Because, like I said yesterday, also great people. One of the conversations actually made me change a little bit of the thoughts about the direction that I want to go with my Bulgarian projects. I am going to be a little bit more holding back on people who don't take action, small actions. And that is not to disrespect anybody, also not to judge, but I don't have that time. And I also don't want to spend the energy anymore to convince people. We're not in the convincing people. See, that is another thing. When people don't see the opportunity, and then some might say, yeah, but if you don't explain this and this, no. Real recognizes real. Smart, and I'm not saying smart that I'm smart, but when there are opportunities and you're simply not ready for it, you also wouldn't recognize it. And I'm gonna say it, and if you're watching this, one Bulgarian guy, he's not from Bulgaria, he actually said you should focus more on the people who are coming to Bulgaria. Like this you can have a better grip probably on what you want to do, because to change the minds of Bulgarians who are pretty much not going, who are not traveling, and everything that I'm saying is not disrespectful to the country, but time is better invested in people who coming to Bulgaria, or Bulgarians who traveled outside the country, so they have a whole different way of thinking, and also probably a much better reach than me trying to reach Bulgarians who run normal businesses and try to let them understand how you can make water burn. And that is something that I really not willing to do anymore. And the people that I yesterday sat with and this morning, they actually confirmed it. See, those people traveled a lot, they actually developed a lot of businesses. And some of the young people who did not develop any businesses, but they developed some project, failed here and there, which is great, because failure, you know, teaches you a lot. Or you crawl up in the corner like a little woolen sweater person, cry your eyes out and then give up and go back to your 9 to 5. By the way, one other person also, he said, you know, I know you don't like 9 to 5 people. That's not the case. The case is people with 9 to 5 mentalities, and really the 9 to 5 mentalities. I'm not talking about the 9 to 5 people who are actually working for a better future. That means, you know, they invest a little bit. But also when it's about investment, it's better. Yeah. So I'm not gonna get too deep into this. The thing is, it's more or less 9 to 5 attitude people are in general avoiding reality, are not disciplined, and are very ignorant to the world around them, and everything is bad about politics. That's the kind of 9 to 5 mentality that I mean. So just to be very clear. And if you never watched one of my vlogs, then you know, then you also probably don't know what I'm talking about. But you know, when I go totally nuts on the 9 to 5 mentality, and you are one of those people who actually want to do something with their life, mean something to your community, yeah, then you should not hang around with 9 to 5 people, unless one of them also wants to escape, let's say, the cage that I run, the treadmill, the hamster wheel that they're running in. But if they don't, keep your circle clean from those people. And again, if you watch my vlogs for the first time, of this vlog for the first time, I'm mentioning a lot of red flags. And like always, it's not about telling how bad people are, not at all. But if you're a person who has high level of energy, wants more from life, wants to serve people with the value that you think you can provide, then you need to keep your circle clean of some sort of people. Yes. Anyway, I feel actually very calm at the moment. Very calm. Actually also very happy with all the meetings. If you're watching this, I'm very grateful for all the kind words, the nice deep conversations when we don't talk about politics, maybe a little bit, but I'm not going too deep in politics because I don't know anything about it. And yeah, I'm very grateful. And at the moment I'm doing things on the VPS and doing some video calls before I deep dive back into Sofia. We're actually in Knazevo, and now I'm sitting over here. I have to do one meeting over there, but I think we're gonna end up sitting over here. And that's another thing, you know, I discussed this with other people as well. See, I don't have to be in Bulgaria. You know, I can go, let's say, sitting on the beach in Malta and tell all the same stories what I'm telling you now, and the life advices, maybe some my personal perspective on life, what I gained pretty much from leading a very colorful life, and still my life is pretty very nice, I think. But yeah, you know, with the blue sea on the back and everything. But you know what? I don't see the purpose of it. And one day, maybe I'm gonna level up the vlogs and, you know, show people this, show people that. But in the end, it's what comes from the mouth, you know, right? The words, the intentions. My intentions my intentions are pretty clear, I think, with these vlogs, my vlogs. You know, try to make people think a little bit, maybe take some action, maybe try to follow some of the advices to set themselves free from the rat race that they're running in. Maybe. But those are really my intentions with these vlogs. And in the meantime, I'm showing you the beautiful surroundings, and the weather is not bad. It's cold, it's very cold. And anyway, ciao for now. Oh my god, I actually discovered a new calisthenics spot. We're going over there. Oh, now I'm just doing a little bit of walk over here, but I see one. You know, those things make me really happy. It's because, you know, when you go to my Google Maps profile, which has over 3 million views at the moment, yeah, that's a new calisthenics spot. You cannot see it, but I'm gonna point over there. Whew. Oh, look at this guy. Mamma mia. Look at this. It's freaking insane, right? I have never been here, and if I was, maybe 10 years ago, probably was too drunk to remember it. Whoa. Oh, there's a calisthenics spot. But I want to do a little bit of walk. Today, no running. To be very honest, I never actually liked to walk in a forest. It's more or less about the mosquitoes and all that kind of stuff. I don't like that things get dirty. Unless I'm running, you know, training. But when I just, let's say, I'm walking around always in my training clothes. And for the people who are into details, I wash them every single day. And that's another thing, if I would, let's say, dress up a little bit, you know, I wouldn't feel comfortable to train on the calisthenics spot over there. We're going over there, but there was before. I explained this, right? Every time when I do discover a calisthenics spot, I have to train over there. But yeah, about my Google Maps thing, you can find all the calisthenics spots that I so far have discovered, and I pinpoint them all. Whoa, I actually now want to keep on walking. See, that's another thing, when I start something, I want to finish it, but maybe that's a nice thing to do tomorrow, because I have to meet some other people. Whoa, I need to pee first. I'm walking to the calisthenics spot. A new one. Totally new one. I will add it to my Google Maps profile. Link is in the description. Over 3 million views. And let's pretend you're a business that wants to develop. I'm helping out people. So come to your business, make some pictures, video, a little chit chat, and I put it on my Google Maps thing, and you will get a lot of extra views. Anyway, ciao for now. Yeah, that's the place. Whoa, this is actually very nice. Cannot film the guy. Wow. Do you mind if I put you on the camera? Okay. Da? Okay. I always ask. Yeah, this is beautiful, huh? The guy went away. You know, this is probably the most beautiful calisthenics spot that I have been so far in Bulgaria. Look at this. Mamma mia. I'm very happy that I discovered this. And yeah, another thing, you can actually do very nice runs. yeah, very refreshing over here. Enjoy the view, people. This is insane, right? I mean, yeah, probably because I'm more or less used to the concrete jungle and also do really like it. But this is very good, I think, also for the mind to calm down a little bit. Not too much. Okay, ciao for now. We're gonna finish this. Just want to show you this a little bit. Beautiful water. You know, when we lived in the harbor in Malta, you know, I love the water, sea, big things, and it's been a while that I have seen. Okay, this is nothing in comparison with the place that I lived. I will pop up now a little view of it, what my view was of one of the places in Malta, if I don't forget it. But water, always, you know, it can be so unpredictable, just like life, just like steel and rubber. I love you know, it's also so massive, especially when you're on a big boat, or you know, and the weather and the waves. You know, that's what you know, it's so massive. That's what I also like about everything that is massive. So okay, maybe the trees are not massive, but they're big. You know, you can almost. Yeah. By the way, I told you before, right? I had a period. I had a period of maybe 2 years. You know, that I love to hallucinate a lot on mushrooms, LSD, and that kind of stuff. But this would be a great spot, I'm telling you. And by the way, I did this in a period that's actually not, it was not trending. People talk about microdosing and all that kind of bullshit. Act normal. Just do it or just don't do it. But that's my personal opinion. But this would be a great place. You know, the water sound, the trees. You can start seeing them breathe. You know, because I had also a head shop in Holland, and we sold the grow kits, so you could grow your own Mexican mushrooms in less than 14 days. I think it took 12 days, and it was those grow kits, and the amount was ridiculous, huh? I'm telling you, you could harvest 3 times from one single box, and a lot of mushrooms. A lot of mushrooms. But let's do a little disclaimer before people start hallucinating on my advice. Don't do it if you're not mentally stable, or you're, let's say, a miner or whatever. The thing is, and I mentioned this before, the tripping on mushrooms is the most beautiful way to reveal your real friends, their real nature, because you're gonna meet yourself. And of course, if you just eat from the nature, you're not gonna hallucinate so much. You know, I know from people here in Bulgaria they did a little bit, but the thing is, there are things about tripping that if you did it the right way, you will say the right things, the details. So one of those things is simply, and because we also took good amounts, you know, when I always did something, I had to do it good. The same was also with the hard drugs, when I just did it all the way. And it's of course not recommendable, but I'm just explaining you something about the mushroom thing, the hallucinating. The first 30 minutes you build up, and then you almost, yeah, I couldn't walk then, let's say for 20 minutes, feel a little bit sick on the stomach, and then you go. And for the people who like to experiment a little bit more the kinky way, sex on mushrooms, whew, recommendable. Anyway, don't do it if you're not mentally stable. If you do it, I had nothing to do with this any kind of injuries that will follow, because I had people, and that's what I mean about revealing their real character. Hey, first of all, you're gonna meet yourself. There's nobody who's gonna help you out, huh? But people around you can start crying. They can run away. I have seen people, and they were not at that time my friends, but they were just sitting alone. Yeah, they start running away outside, running away, and running away outside is not a big problem unless they're panicking. You know, they start panicking. People panicking. You know, for me, I was pretty much always very in control. I loved to meet myself. Also hallucinated a lot by myself. You know, just sitting in a room and then eating the mushrooms, and it was like I felt like that I was just a big yellow cube swirling around in the universe, just being alone over there with my thoughts and digging with a big shovel, and just dig deep in my brain, take more mushrooms, more, till I just passed out almost, and then stop eating a little bit, and then more exploring your own mind. Yeah, then you meet yourself, huh? And that's a beautiful thing. That's what I really like. But I also really love to do deep, to dig deep in my own brain. And that's also what I loved about, you know, sitting alone, taking a lot of pills and cocaine, and but I don't do hard drugs anymore, by the way, because I don't know. I've done it, and the thing is, I'm good with beer. And I don't like to have, let's say, aftermaths anymore. And it's not because my age, because maybe 2 years ago, maybe last year I did it once, just a little bit bananas, but no, it's not my, and of course the quality. Quality is also important, but no, I don't like the aftermath. It's not that I'm depressed or something, but you know, you have the recovery time, especially now. Like I said, the quality is way less than in my time. Grandfather talks, but anyway, it's true. I'm 46, and in my time, in 1996, my in the house party time, you know, popping in some 1996 Thunderdome, 1996, the Netherlands. Bum 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 bum. Anyway, we're not gonna make this a drug talk because we're walking in a beautiful nature over here, and I'm going to the center. It's time to get back into the concrete jungle. From one jungle into the concrete jungle. Beautiful place, by the way. Beautiful place. And like I said, I pinpoint the calisthenic spots over here in Kneževo. Yeah. Anyway, ciao for now. Forget, I don't know if I already said it because I totally went to the fucking mushroom talk. But this is a beautiful place to slaughter yourself when it's about running. Beautiful. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna really crush my fucking lungs, my legs, my knees, my hips, everything. Look at this. And then running into today, no smoking cigarettes. No, I don't smoke so much, but I'm gonna stop again. Anyway, no excuses. Tomorrow a run, so I'm gonna punish myself for the few cigarettes that I smoke. Beautiful, right? When I see this, look at this also. Beautiful. You can slaughter yourself. Spit is running out of your fucking corners of your mouth. Snot bungling around your nose. You know, red eyes from the alcohol yesterday. Just suffer. And then you do calisthenics. And then you drink mineral water. That was actually the main reason. Okay, I combined some meetings, but and mamma mia, and then all of a sudden, hey, you discover a beautiful calisthenic spot. By the way, about these statues, they're also massive. It's not about that they're so tall, but they're proportionally also strong looking statues. I really like that. Also in Plovdiv, on top of the hill over there. In Plovdiv, I lived a little bit in Plovdiv. No, not a long time. Just with a contact of mine. And by the way, if you're watching this, Mr. No, I'm not going to mention your name. I know you don't like to be very public. But by the way, if you didn't subscribe yet, and you do like what you see, and you do like what you hear, and you think, no, what the hell, I got some time, just press that subscribe button. Help this guy out. This guy is me, this fucking 46-year-old fart who's talking non-stop pretty much the moment from when he's awake till he goes to sleep. Anyway, look at this. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna stop talking.